Your 2 cents on Caitlin Clark's legacy now that it does not include a national championship, Stacey.
Yeah, the legacy's just really, she's in the middle of it, Rich. I mean, it's far from over. What a delight to watch this young woman play the game of basketball. I don't know about you, but when I watch, I've been marveling at her for years. Like, she'll make a near half-court shot, Rich, and I just start laughing. I start giggling. Because I don't know about you guys when you watch this player, but a long time ago, Rich, we were both at ESPN, the worldwide leader, and I had a boss who in one of our college basketball meetings said, I caution you to use the word unbelievable. Please, we overuse it. Please don't use it. Please don't use it. Only use it when it matters. And I use that word for her because I've never forgotten that. And I try to avoid that type of hyperbole in our business. And she's unbelievable, Rich. So her legacy's just be really in the midst of it. And, there's no wasted space. There's no wasted movement. She's incredibly efficient. She rejuvenates herself on the defensive side. I understand. But boy, she is something to behold when she is able to take all that work that she's put in, because you don't just show up, Rich, and give us those Steph Curry looks in terms of how she shoots the basketball. You don't just show up and do that from day one. And as I've maintained, Lisa Bluter, her coach, who's one of my favorite coaches in women's basketball and has been for a long time at Iowa, I really applaud her, because imagine having a freshman, Rich, walk into your gym and start taking logo threes as a young player. I mean, I've had a lot of coaches, a lot of my pro coaches would have been like, Dales, that ain't happening. And Lisa has allowed her to be her. And I just think it's sensational what she's brought to the game.
Yeah, I giggle and laugh too. I have the same reaction too, Stacey, because the rim seems to suck the basketball in. You know what I mean? Like, it just I don't know if it's the rotation, if it's the way she shoots. It's a way that you see with somebody like Curry, right? Like, the ball just gets sucked in right into the net that doesn't even move when she shoots the three.
And again, you don't, to be able to do that takes an incredible, like when I played, Rich, the motto was get those toes as close to the 3-point line as you can, because obviously the closer to the basket you are, the more efficient you are. Feels like when I watch her, she's more efficient the farther away she is. And it's just so fascinating to watch defensively what people have tried to do against her. I thought Connecticut really, Nika Mule had the best I've seen all season long. And I think Caitlin, even the broadcast shared, I don't know if it was Ryan Rucco or Rebecca Lobo, who and Holly Rowe just did such an incredible job. But, that she may have said UConn defended her as well, and maybe West Virginia as well as anybody really ever has. And you have to face guard her when you are out at the midpoint of the court, Rich. I mean, I had a coach, Michael Adams, in the WNBA, who's also a former player, great guy. And he and I used to play one-on-one all the time in the off season when I played for the Mystics. And he always did this thing to me, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know why players don't do that, because it's incredibly annoying, but you have to do that to her. You have to constantly have your hand right here. And then the energy it takes to defend her. I've never seen a player like it, honestly. I've never seen a women's player like it. Now, people want to have the greatest of all time conversations, all that. I remember being at the Super Bowl, Lindsey Vonn and Rich, somebody we love, and we had a conversation about the GOAT, and everybody has different interpretations of it. Mm-hmm. She's absolutely in the conversation. When Dawn Staley comes out in her celebratory interview post-game with Holly Rowe, which was so incredible, that's a whole other conversation.
Yep.
She comes out and gives credit to Caitlin Clark, who's back in the locker room. God knows what, I remember losing the national championship game against Connecticut, and, I saved my tears so nobody could see them. But, for Dawn to come out and say she's just brought so much to this game and she is one of the GOATs of our game, need anybody say more?
Stacey Dales here on the Rich Eisen Show. So what can you say about Dawn Staley that potentially we don't already know about? You're already hearing conversations about how the Charlotte Hornets should be knocking on her door. So what do you think, Stacey?
She's a flat out winner. Wherever she goes, you're gonna win. It's just like Becky Hammon, who, by the way, was a great shooter. Oh my God. Dawn is one of the greatest competitors I've ever had to look into the eyes of, Rich. I did have the fortune of playing against her, and even if it was her tail end years professionally, she just looks at you on the court, and there's something different about her. It's like she wants to put the fear of God in you. I mean, Dawn Staley is fierce, and what she did, I know they get 5-star recruits there at South Carolina. Guess why? Who doesn't want to go play for Dawn Staley? Just like who doesn't want to go play for Gino Auriemma or Pat Summitt, right? Like the legendary, the late great Pat Summitt. I just think she is, whether she played the game, she was a coach on the floor, and to see her, and now with 3 national championships, she deserves every bit of it. That was the right team to win. They had the most complete team, South Carolina over Iowa. And they were so deep. This full Wiley kid is going to be just spectacular to watch for the next several years as a freshman. I just think Dawn, and then everything Dawn represents, she's just class all the way. She's special, Rich. She's really special.
Well, we're seeing a lot of special right now out of the women's game. Stacey Dales here on the Rich Eisen Show. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.